Yo, Wagwan people, it's finally the weekend, so welcome back to the channel where today we'll be talking about Urashiki Otsutsuki again, considering that the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime is returning this week, so why not do like a video discussing our favorite villain in the anime. But anyway, today we'll be discussing his ultimate feat. Well, potentially speaking, it'll be more of a speculation video. But anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for everything Boruto, Naruto, and usual any other interesting thing that I do on this channel. And of course, cue the intro. Welcome back people, so Sanjay Uchiha here, and as I said, today we'll be talking about Urashiki Otsutsuki and the potential ultimate fate he may face that actually, might tie back into the Boruto manga. Now, as I said before in the intro, I'm not really confirming or denying any of this, but it is a possibility. So to that extent, there should be a fair warning that this video will contain spoilers for anime only watchers. So yeah, but anyway, as I said, Urashiki Otsutsuki, the Boruto anime was on break last week, and with it coming back this week, we're basically going towards the end or the climax of the Boyhood Arc. This arc that's been receiving pretty good feedback from us as fans. Seeing Sasuke and Boruto go back in time and interact with the old cast has been a very rewarding experience, one of the best arcs in the anime in the longest while. But I think a lot of fans, including myself, have been questioning what are they going to do with Urashiki Otsutsuki. Now, I did do a video recently talking about Urashiki and the fact that he's been wasted potential, but I feel like the end of this arc might feature him in a grand battle, but the question remains, will they kill him? Now, we haven't heard any mention of Urashiki in the manga, and we haven't had any references or anything to him at all, but we know more than likely they'll have to tie him back in. For those of you who don't know, they've already done this with one particular character, the class rep Sumire, who was actually referenced and even made a decent appearance over, say, a chapter or two in the manga during the Owl arc. So that was definitely interesting. So more than likely we'll tie back Urashiki to the manga, but it still goes, the question still remains, what will be his ultimate fate in the anime going forward. Now, there are a few things we could actually analyze to kind of try and determine if or how they'll handle his ultimate fate. Now, we know since Boruto defeated Momoshiki that when you defeat an Otsutsuki, or as Momoshiki put it, those who defeat gods cannot remain as like normal people. Now, it seems that before death, Otsutsukis should be able to implant a karma mark on whoever killed them, based on how Momoshiki, if you really take Momoshiki's statement of those who defeat gods can't remain normal people to heart, it seems like that really and truly is the case. So the fact that we don't have anybody else apart from Boruto, Kawaki, and Jigen having a karma seal in the manga, it's fair to say that Urashiki does not die by the end of this arc more than likely. But apart from that, the only other thing I could speculate is that Urashiki might become similar to how, it's a stretch, but similar to how Kaguya, when merged with the God Tree, could become a Ten Tails. I feel like Urashiki might go that route. Now, for those of you who've been reading the manga, especially if you're an anime only viewer that's here, that doesn't mind spoilers, for those of us who have been reading the manga, we realized that Jigen, the leader of Kara, has a Ten Tails in another dimension that was revealed in Boruto manga chapter 35, if I'm not mistaken. So we don't know where that Ten Tails came from, but I think it would be a good opportunity to kind of expound or make a link back to Urashiki. It's definitely possible. With his space-time ninjutsu, it's possible that he actually traveled to another dimension and maybe merged with a god tree. I know it's a stretch, sounds crazy, and probably within that other dimension, Jigen would have probably captured him and kind of detained him. I think it's feasible, if I'm being honest. Now, that would be honestly a solid and perfect way to tie things back to the manga and eventually reintroduce Urashiki in the manga by having the 10 tails that we saw eventually transforming back into human form. So yeah, but anyway, let me know what you think about that. That would be a good way, if you ask me. But to that end, you might say, yes, all Otsutsuki have the ability to transform into or become a 10 tails. Essentially, it's like the 10 tails club when you think about it. It's interesting, but it's definitely something that's within the realm of possibility. As I said, if we even look back at Kaguya, it's definitely a case where it's even been stated that she became the 10 tails after fusing with the god tree unbeknownst to Hagoromo and Hamura. So having Urashiki traveling, say he does his usual escape tactics from Sasuke, Boruto and company by the end of this arc, and maybe he's on death's door, and to save himself he fuses with a god tree and he more than likely becomes a 10 tails. And for those of you who don't know, there was this one scene in the anime after the, or at least during the, I think it was during the Momoshiki arc or the Boruto Naruto the movie retelling, where we saw a shadowy figure essentially attack or sneak up on Katasuke, the scientific ninja tool researcher. And for those of you who don't read the manga, that was more than likely Kashin Koji, and references to that was actually made in the OW arc. So they could do something like that by, you know, masking what actually happens by having Jigen come in without revealing it's Jigen in the anime, and probably after Urashiki becomes a 10 tails, his Jigen just comes in, they don't really show the face or anything, and you know, captures him, and that would probably be the end of the story. And probably going forward in the manga, probably before the time skip or after the time skip, we probably get to see the 10 tails that Jigen has transformed back into Urashiki. So yeah. But anyway, this has been my little speculation in terms of how they'll handle the ultimate fate of Urashiki Otsutsuki in the Boruto Naruto Generations anime and tie it back to the manga. Let me know what you think are your ideas in terms of how they'll handle him, because they can't have him just, you know, slipping away all the days of his life in the anime, because yeah, you've heard my thoughts in that Urashiki video, so you can definitely check it out. But anyway, rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Honestly, the weekend is never long enough. It's almost Monday again. Ugh, disgusting. But yeah, Sanju Uchiha, I'll see you guys in the next one.